Hello everybody, Coach Dave here. Welcome to this week's track guide. We are at Dragon Trail Seaside in the Group 2 cars for Daily Race B, and I wanted to get out a cool track guide for this week. I think this is the best race of the week, even though Daily Race C does look interesting around Tsukuba. The Group 2s around here are super fast and the racing is quite close. I do wish it was one lap longer, but nevertheless still quite enjoyable. So we'll jump straight into the lap. The fastest car around here is the Nissan GT-R, but the 2008 spec. And yeah, basically this is 3 straights linked with some sweeping corners and some hairpins. However, each section of the track you have to treat differently. I have done track guides around here before, and the same applies to all of them. The fundamentals are the same. You want to find your apexes and you want to get on the power as soon as you can. You want to extend your straights. So here we are exiting sort of the second phase, entering the third sector, going through the chicane of death. Every time I go through here, I just imagine to myself, imagine how crazy that place would be in real life. Luckily we don't have to do this track in real life, although it is very fun. I'm pretty sure that chicane wouldn't exist if they did really build this track. There'd be a little bit more runoff in that area. Okay, so starting a new lap here. My times were about half a second away from the fastest overall, so it's pretty competitive and enough to give you a decent track guide. Heading into turn 1, you want to brake just as the curb starts down to third or second, just to get a little bit of rotation, short shift up to third, and then trying to get on the power as early as you can. The key thing there is not how late you brake, it's how early you get on the power. Next corner, easy flat through here, clipping the curb, going to the outside, and then brake patiently and smoothly. You got to get rotation there. That understeer I got there is what happens if you're going a little bit too fast. So just brake a little bit earlier. If you miss that curb, you're not going to get on the power early enough, and you're not going to get the exit speed that you want. Going into this high speed left-hander super fast, get on the power quickly, carry as much speed as you can. You want to minimize the time that you're off the brakes, that you're off the throttle, and then try and run as straight a line up the S's as you can. Braking here around 120-ish meters, it's slightly downhill, keep that in mind. Clip the curb there, and then you want a little bit of wheel spin on the exit here to get some nice rotation on the exit. If you're not getting that wheel spin, you're going to have a little bit of understeer. Going through the chicane of death, try and run as straight a line as possible. I turn in quite early through the first part and then get as close as I can to the second wall or the exit wall as I can. Now the most technical corner on the track, because there's very little grip. You brake just as the curb starts, and then braking and turning in, but using the banking to sort of bring you down. There is going to be entry understeer and possibly exit oversteer if you got too much steering angle on the car before you get on the power. Okay, so one more time, heading down here, clipping the curbs, minimizing the distance covered, braking where the curb starts, down to second for a little bit of rotation. As you get to the apex, short shift to third, and clipping all the curbs again. It's not about braking late there, it's about braking with stability so that when you get on the power, you're not fighting snap oversteer. Braking here on the curb, again, as smooth as possible there. It was the ideal line where I clipped the curb with a little bit of rotation. I actually went in a little bit slower than the previous lap, but it allowed me to get on power sooner. And then here, just rolling in, you have to get on the curb there, maximize the exit, and then run as smooth a line as possible through here. Just listen to the tires squealing. If the tires are squealing too much, you're using the front tires to slow the car down, and that's not what you want. You want the car to roll freely up the hill. Braking a little bit earlier than you think for here because it's downhill, clipping the curb, and then using the wheel spin to get a little bit of rotation on the exit. With this Nissan, you short shift through the gears. You don't rev the engine out completely. Just keep that in mind. And then going as straight as you can through the chicane of death. Remember, you want to turn in a little bit earlier than you think for the left, and then get as close to the right hand wall as possible. Hugging the long left hander and then braking at the curb there, turning in as you're braking. Second gear does work, but I have seen people take slightly later apexes in third gear, and when you're in third gear you improve your rolling speed. And there you go, that's my track guide for this week's Daily Race B. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much to my Patreons, and also to my channel sponsors, Thrustmaster and Sparko, who gave me a new rig. Check the description for a coupon code for Sparko. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you around the next lap. Cheers.